Hello guys, it's Kinstuart here, bringing you week 10 action from the AWL Guardians division. We have this week the Clash Files against Blue Bearcats. So Blue Bearcats were our week 1 opponents as well, and we snatched the win off them in week 1 with a last minute 11v11 from Beardsley. This time, however, it was Blue Bearcats who were forced into the last minute 11v11 to attempt to win it, but alas, they couldn't do a Beardsley, and we emerged victorious by 1 star. So it kind of played out as a mirror of the initial war against them, and in beating them, we secured 2nd place in the regular season, and so we got a bye into the semi-finals. Let's go into these top 5 attacks. So first up we have JJ on the Master Brew account here with some Shattered Hog action. So she starts setting her funnel at 12 o'clock and deploying her golems. Funnel also coming in at 9 to keep everything going in. So she's trying to clear that whole sort of that oddly shaped area off and leave a nice straight strip on from sort of 3 to 6 for the hogs to clear through. So she sets a nice wide funnel, gets it really well. Heroes and bowlers down, jump in exactly the right spot. A bit late on the poison here, but she gets it down well enough in time, and the kill squad gets through what it needs to anyway, so not too much of an issue there. Bowlers turn around after they've cleared all the things they can shoot and sort of try and get these outside buildings, which actually is a bit of a help rather than a hindrance. Normally when bowlers wander it's a bad thing, but it starts the hogs from 6 o'clock nice and early. Giant Bomb forces that first heal, and second heal a bit premature because where these hogs are now there's not much shooting at them. I guess the king is doing a bit of work, but probably have held on to that for this section here a bit better. But she gets through, plenty of hogs left to finish off these defences, and the Barbarian King, even with the Barbarian King and the Skellies working on them, Queen still with ability. Baby Dragon shot by that air defence is not ideal, but plenty of clean-up to work its way around, and the Queen, that mortar won't exactly be troubling her. The Queen, I think it takes like 1,000 million shots or something for the Queen to die to a mortar. It's never going to happen. But yeah, I'll speed this clean-up up as she just Queen ceremoniously bashes on a wall while being shot by a mortar. But luckily one of her archer friends gets it for her. Nice hit from JJ, clean up, just finishing it off. And we'll move on to the next attack. So here we have Smile of Death, better known as Sexy Jesus, attacking Liraz with a Sui hero mass hog attack. And this was quite nice because there's a little bit of improvisation as he drops these baby dragons to funnel. The worst thing happens and all those Teslas pop, and he acts quite well dropping these hogs to tank and get the Teslas so that the Queen can still get the enemy Archer Queen, because that's the key part of the Sui, to get the enemy Queen and the CC, of course. But then if you look at what the rest of the base that this leaves, it's such a compact square of base, and he's got 4 heal spells to get through it all. He's just going to be able to completely blanket the base with these heal spells, and he pretty much just Asian walls the hogs from 6 to 9. Some giant bombs going off force the early heals, but like I say, he's got infinite of them to cover this base, and you can already see he's still got 2 left, just dropping them because he can, basically. He doesn't even really need to. And as you can see, he's still got, I don't know, 20, 30 hogs up, and yeah, there's no defences left. So just absolutely wrecked it, even with the poison to deal with those pesky ground skellies, and yeah, just completely smashed it with a great identification, sort of the tight, being able to sui one side, and then the tight, the sort of compact nature of the rest of the base means that you could just blanket it with heals and just none of the hogs died, as you can see. Just absolutely savage. And even the queen has walked around the entire base to clear all the trash. Yeah, fantastic attack from Sexy Jesus, and a great identification on that one as well. So next up, with our last 9v9 attack, we have myself on my Town Hall 9 attacking Night Fury with dragons. Kind of want to make a How to Train Your Dragon joke, but I'm not very good at that. So on this base, I noticed that I could do the Skelly Rage trick here. So if you notice, I'm waiting for the queen to jump over the wall, drop the Rage, and then all of those Skelly spells. So I get the queen, 2 air defenses, and the clan castle for that. And so that allows me to then also suicide my queen here at 9 o'clock to get a 3rd air defense, leaving just 1 left, which I can get with the balloons I've got in my CC and the haste spell to just get in and crush that when the drags get down there. Pop the ability just to get this funnel going here at 9 o'clock. So I'm going to also drop my king here up at 12. He's going to tank this archer tower for the drags, and also keep that funnel up there, up at 12 down towards 3, and keep the drags inside the base. So the drag deployment was okay. I should have put one more drag sort of up the top. Yeah, there's a bit too much going through the middle and not enough going up that side, as you can see here. But yeah, so I use an early ability on the king to keep him moving, make sure the drags don't get pulled outside, because that's the death of these dragon attacks, getting the drags pulled outside. So because of the slightly dodgy drag deployment, I use the rage to sort of force those drags at the top to keep up. The balloon's coming in at 6 o'clock here towards that air defense, just as it starts shooting. Yeah, and so now the base is pretty much dead. Just the 4 Teslas left, but there's still 5 drags, baby drag, and a whole bunch of balloons. They're not going to be able to stop that. Yeah, so I like this attack. It's a fun one. It's nice and unusual. Not like often you see these drag attacks where you do the sort of the 3 lightning and a quake spell to get 2 sort of close by AEDs. And I guess they thought they'd stop that, but I could use essentially the same spell space to get a similar amount of value with the Skelly trick. So yeah, I quite like that one. It's quite fun. So let's move on to our 2 attacks on their Town Hall 11s. First up, we have Jezza. Well, I say Jezza, it's Gobs on Jezza's old account, attacking Wegs. And this is a great attack, and it's not because everything goes perfectly and he smashes it. It's because it doesn't all go perfectly, and he still smashes it. So what happens is, so he's starting off just by picking off the loose buildings just to get percentage up, and then he's gonna try and clear make a funnel, clear a path for the Valks to dive at the town hall. So we already knew that there's a bunch of Teslas around that town hall, because we had plenty of scouts, so we got to scout all the Town Hall 11s. Yeah, and so there's this also neat little trick that Gobs does here up at 3 o'clock. So he puts the baby drag and 2 hogs, and so because the wizard tower is shooting up, the hogs are free to not be shot. So he starts his queen walk here up at the top, drops a rage, and unluckily the queen dies, misses the ability, everything. At this point, I suspect Gobs was cursing himself and wishing he'd hit that ability in time, and thinking he was probably not going to get it. But he carries on anyway, as any good player will tell you. Just keep going, even if it ends up just being a scout. You get more information; it's better. But he chucks the bowlers in with the Barbarian King, the Golem, healers behind, rage them up. Healers behind, keeping the king alive. Clearing out this part that he was expecting to get with the queen walk, rages the Barb King, and still sets the funnel. So even if he doesn't, he might not still get it, but he's set the funnel, and so we can just see how this Valk dive is going to work. The Valk's just about go in. He gets a bit lucky with them turning back and forth a couple of times. Rages to get the town hall down. And he's close on percentage, and as you can see, there's those two buildings up at sort of 11 o'clock-ish that haven't been are easy to pick off with that last wizard he's got hanging out. But he's also still got a couple of Valkyries and the Barbarian King down there to clear it up. And yeah, not the cleanest attack, but even with a wasted queen, basically, he still manages to smash it up, and that's why you never give up while doing an attack. Like, I've seen people, when a queen walk goes wrong, just rage quit out, and this is exactly why you don't do that, because you can still pull it out the bag. Fantastic work from Gobs there. Nice one. And now we move on to our number one attack of the week. I can't believe I'm going to show you this. This is insane. Look at this. Look at this base. A full-on anti 2.5 Town Hall 11 base being attacked by one of our Town Hall 9s. The infamous Don Dada. He even, as you see there, he had two jump spells, and he put them both in the same place because he didn't even need them. He was just like, I don't need a fourth spell, guys. I'm just going to wreck this base anyway. He drops the jump, bowlers in, queen shooting on at the Inferno Tower, gets right in, second rage going off, the town hall goes down, poison on the clan castle troops, and the witches on the outside getting all the percent. And oh my god, that is, I could not believe it when I saw this. It was a proper anti 2.5 base being 2-starred by a 9. What an attack. Okay, so as you can see, we pulled out the win by a solitary star. The Bearcats were unable to get 2 stars on both our 11s, so at the last minute they had to go for an 11v11 attempt to try and steal the win. But looking at the percentage, I think we would have pulled through in the end, even if they'd have got it. A great war from both sides, and both the Clash Files and Blue Bearcats through to the playoffs. Clash Files getting the first round bye straight into the semi-finals. The Bearcats are going to have to fight through the quarterfinals to try and get there. But good luck to them in that. So with that, we have 2 weeks off of AWL with a bye straight into the semi-finals. So I'll look at doing some other videos like I did for the other bye weeks we had. Twitter poll will be up. Please vote. But until then, I will see you guys next time.